Hey, hi, hello, and good afternoon. My name is Amanda, and welcome to Harmony Portal Tarot Live. Hope everyone is having a fine Friday, a great weekend, great start to your new weekend. All right, so we already have a couple of donations that have come in from Florence B and Vicky, and they have both kindly asked me to timestamp, so I will absolutely be doing that. And of course, anyone else wanting to donate, you will skip to the top of the line because I'm timestamping the other readings that have been donated thus far. So, a couple of, I guess, housekeeping and announcement things. Today was supposed to be my big show on Big Show, like I'm some big person over here. My big show on like thoughts, your thoughts, the fact that a lot of your thoughts aren't even you, and what that means, what that looks like, how that affects your life day to day, and also how you can combat that or make it better for yourself. There's a lot I want to say on it, but I wanted to get like a nice sheet of notes written out so I can stick to my talking points and all of that rather than bouncing from here to here and then being like, ooh, and then this, and then circling back to what we just said, this. And I just haven't had time because it's been like baseball, soccer, a little more baseball. And have I mentioned baseball? I always do this, but this is the time of year I wait for and I'm excited for. I love watching my boys play baseball. So it's not that I'm complaining, it's just that I've been very busy, and even my like daily work has really slid because I'm just having to catch up on laundry and, home life stuff and just planning the next week ahead and getting everything in order since we're eating like we live in the senior center or the senior citizens home. Eating dinner at like 4 o'clock every night just so we can rush across town to get to the different sports things. So, yeah, I need a bit of time probably this weekend to write those notes out so that I can give you the best information and the best show possible. And although I have a lot I can talk about right now on it, I want to get it more clear and concise. Oh, Brianna says that she has channeled a message for me earlier and thought you should hear it. Do not worry about the number of followers you have. There are a lot of great tarot readers online, but to be honest, they have so many followers that many of the messages only resonate with once in a while. You have a tribe. Your messages are always spot on. Your heart is absolutely pure and healing. Oh, the healing you provide us will come back. Thank you so much. That's a great actual segue into, I guess it's not so much an announcement rather than a tease at a future announcement that I've got kind of a secret project going on in the background. I'm not ready to quite talk about it yet. Maybe by next week I will let you guys right here will know before anyone else what this little secret surprise is. I mean, I'm sure it's not that exciting for you guys, but it's kind of exciting for me because the only presence I've really had online with my, tarot stuff has been YouTube. Yes, I do have Instagram, but I am, hides face and shame, not very active over there. And also Patreon. I just don't have enough patrons to really justify roughly 25 hours of work that Patreon is tacked on to the already very heavy workload I have. And I love those 11 patrons. Like, they are just the most amazing people. They have such wonderful spirits, and I love being over there. Again, though, it's just the justification of time versus the energy exchange of, what I'm receiving over there. And again, nothing against anyone over there. It's just a lot of extra work for what I'm getting back. And I love each and every one of you. But this right here, right now on this channel has kind of been the place that I can share my heart with you guys. And so you will be the first to know about this upcoming deal. We'll come back to you tenfold in ways you cannot even imagine. Sorry, I had to copy a lot. Aw, you are so sweet, Brianna. Thank you so much for that. I greatly and truly appreciate that message. And I'm hearing it loud and clear. Thank you so much. I've been having some heart-to-hearts about that just with myself, over the past few weeks to months, really. And especially this past week, my viewership on all platforms, channel, I mean, it's the same platform, YouTube, but all my channels, not so much here. We've kind of got a consistent, steady thing going here. But on Harmony Portal Tarot and The Done Creative, wah, 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 sad face, cry face, I'm kind of at this point where I'm just gonna have to say that's it. There's just not anything going on over there. The pulse, I'm actually feeling for a pulse right now on both of those channels, and it's a very sad realization, but hopefully this other platform or stream of possible potential future income can help me at least be able to justify putting something out there at least once a week. I don't want to leave my loyal followers. I hate that word followers. It's like, no, you don't have to follow me. Fellow earth walkers, I don't know what we want to call ourselves, fellow friends that follow me. I still want to say thank you every week to those people. And just try, I keep hearing in my mind when I think of my channels, quit trying to make fetch a thing. Anyone watch Mean Girls? That's kind of how I feel. It's like I just last week on May 7th passed my 4-year anniversary of my first upload on the Done Creative. And I thought, my pie in the sky, wide-eyed, very, very naive version of me at the time thought, I can make a living doing this because my heart's in the right place and my career is going to support me. And 4 years later, that has not at all been the case. So I've been having some coming to Jesus moments within my own psyche lately. And just even reading up, I was talking to Taryn, Dr. Lupo earlier. Well, it was more of a one-way conversation because I haven't heard back from him yet, but talking about the 80-20 rule. I'm sure you guys have, at least in passing, heard someone talking about the 80-20 rule, that 20% of your effort should be accounted for, like 80% of your, what comes back to you. And it's actually so far skewed the other way that I'm putting over 80% of my effort, attention, time, blood, sweat, and tears into my pick a cards and daily messages and getting way less than 20% of my income from that. So that's going to have to change very soon. And I was a lot more sad about it earlier this week than I am now. I've just kind of come to terms with it, and that's just what it's going to be. Being shadow banned, it's, kind of that backhanded reward for actually speaking what I know in my spirit to be true. And yeah, so here we are. That's what this inverted world creates, is you don't get rewarded for your good deeds and efforts in it. If anything, a lot of times it almost feels like we're being punished for it. Not always, and not everyone, and sometimes we do catch a lucky break. Lucky, I don't know if there even is such thing as luck. To me, a lot of it does feel very plotted and planned, through the astrology and stuff. But I'm just feeling this need, and of course Mercury's still retrograde, so I don't want to make any final decisions and major twists and turns to my daily work routine until about May 21st, when Mercury is nice and forward momentum, especially for me personally. I'm in Mercury Mahadasha per Vedic astrology, per the Jaimini portion of Vedic astrology. So Mercury really does rule my life, for a 17-year cycle, which for me started in February of 2010. So through 2027, I'm really ruled by Mercury. And when it goes retrograde, I do get a big epiphany. And it's so funny because epiphany, camera bags, just if you heard that ding, that was my email coming in from the Epiphany company that sells camera bags. It's spelled a little different than the word epiphany, but I was talking about me having an epiphany, and then you can't make this stuff up. There are no coincidences in my mind. I'm going to just see what it says. It says spoil yourself. You deserve it. Yeah. And it says here, the best decision you made today, and then it says get my bag. And to me, bag, like the money bag that's in the pinned comment there, I'm taking this as a sign. Thank you, true self, inner spirit. Yeah, all that fun stuff. I'm not calling on any external outside spirit guides. It's me and Source collaborating together with this crazy reality to make something happen for ourselves here. Oh, wow. That almost blew my mind, you guys. Wow. Hello! I'm going to do a couple shout outs, catch up on your comments, because you guys have been talking the whole time, which I appreciate. It feels more like a two-way street than a one-way conversation. But I greatly appreciate that, Brianna. Thank you so much for that. Jamie, hello. And of course, Brianna's here. Florence has left her questions up at the top. Vicky has donated as well. We've got Brianna, Jessica Lynn, Jamie Wilson. Hello, hello, everybody. Oh, you were thinking of this morning. What specifically, the 80-20 thing or something else? Brianna says, wow, your energy is very powerful. Thank you. All right. Yeah. Since we kind of have to reschedule our big talk about our thoughts and, the deep dive into that and how we can be more, at least seemingly, I mean, I don't think we can ever be fully in control of our thoughts because I don't think that's the way we're wired and programmed at our current state of human DNA manipulation. I don't know what you want to call that. We used to be much more powerful, and we would actually, much like our hands aren't just doing things without our knowledge. Usually we have an intention. Okay, I'm going to write down my schedule. Then we pick up the pencil, we write it down. Or I'm going to wash dishes now. So we, do everything we need to do with our hands to wash the dishes. That's more, what our brain was originally designed to be, is a tool for us to utilize. And it's basically become something that has been very hijacked, programmed, and is really running our lives without our actual consent, because there's a lot of ways they get around what we'd consider free will. But yeah, there's a lot going on with that I do want to talk about, but I want to do it better justice than me just throwing it all at you and seeing what'll stick. I want to get a more concise written out list of what exactly I want to talk about with the thoughts and how we can be more into, utilizing our brain as a tool rather than allowing it to take us for a ride. And, a lot of the entity interference and even thought forms that are created by ourselves and of course also outside, I guess just, what's the word I'm looking for? Influence or interference. Yeah. The doing good things leads to people taking advantage, right? But that's not true. It's better to do good, absolutely, or it leads to more hardship. Anyways, I wish I could stay, but I have to go to the babies. Well, you have a wonderful weekend, Jamie. Tell the babies hi from all of us here. Love you too, my dear. Thank you so much. But yeah, it's a whole thing, and I really want to again do it justice. So we're gonna talk about that on Wednesday, the 24th, I believe is the date that day. So yeah, I'm gonna double check. I thought we had another donation come in. And yes, I do think it's from Brianna for a 1-card read. And we'll actually start with your reading after we do our little collective message, just because Florence and Vicky are going to be time stamped. So let's see. B degree 1-card read. And then the timestamps for the other lovely ladies. And I should probably spell things right here. All right, got all my parentheses in order. And then there we go. That is not a parenthesis, that is a 0. Okay, better push shift a little harder than I did there. Okay, copying the list. And my hair is doing that thing where it's tickling my face. So apologies if I keep touching my hair and face. It's just what it is today. The wind was pretty heavy at baseball. At least it was pretty warm last night, so I can't complain too much. All right, collective reading. What do we need to know? Ooh, look at this. I will take this as a good sign. Our hard work is paying off. All the blood, sweat, and tears that you have been putting into something, my friends, it's going to pay off in a very big way. If not right now, over the course of the next 3 months is the time frame I'm really seeing here. So don't get discouraged. If something that you're just now starting or have recently started isn't gaining the momentum or the traction you had hoped, very soon within the next 3 months, things are going to be looking up. For someone watching, this is actually having to do with a relationship. Woo. And then look, 4 of Cups. You're feeling a little bored or unfulfilled in a specific relationship in your life. And this is actually going to start looking a lot better, feeling a lot more exciting. But this is going to be as a result of the work and effort you've put into said relationship. For those of you that this is more about your job or career or just feeling the love from, your day-to-day, routines and seeing that you're actually making a difference in your own life. Again, over these next 3 months or so, you're going to start to finally see some benefit from all that hard work. And I felt pulled when I was just kind of looking over at my cards to see what to use today. I was pulled to I always forget the name of this one. Where did I leave the box to this? Apologies, it should be here. Oh, Cards of Time. Find the right moment. As I drop half my tarot deck off my lap. So we're gonna see about a time frame. I'm at the end of our collective. I'm just gonna have you think of something that you're wondering when it will happen, and then we'll pull a card. And of course, since it is collective, some of you might be having it happen sooner than later or later than sooner. So using your own intuition when we get to that portion of our reading today. Ooh, I love this. So Two of Pentacles and the Empress. So there's some major arcana coming in hot to help us. And this is the manifestation queen herself, the Empress. She is going to be creating and making things happen. And she's not waiting around for someone to give her the green light. Instead, she's going to create a nice, solid, stable foundation for herself, and then build upon that. And then when these other resources, time, money, other people's help, whatever it looks like, decide to come to the table to play, she is ready to rock and roll. With the Two of Pentacles, your energy or effort might be kind of depleted because you are trying to focus on too many things at once, specifically maybe 2 or 3 priorities rather than just one priority. So I would say kind of funneling down your focus into one thing. And this is very resonant for Brianna specifically, if you're still watching, my dear. Going back to your reading we did on Wednesday, this feels almost like a continued or an extended reading of what we were talking about there. But this really is about making your dreams a reality by really like hyper-focusing. Again, not to let all the other areas of your life go out of balance because you're only interested or focused on one thing. But what I really see with this is you taking the proper time to, do your self-care, spend time with your friends and family, go to baseball if it's my message, do the things we need to do or even want to do, or just have time to do nothing, but also balancing that out with very centered and focused, uninterrupted. That is, I saw that all in caps in my mind's eye right just now. Uninterrupted, focused, honing in, tractor beam on what your priority is. Even if you only have an hour a day to devote to that, or 2 hours, or however many hours, or maybe only 1 day a week that you can really spend all day doing this one thing. Really setting your schedule and really making that part of your schedule a priority, not to miss it, not to skip it. For someone watching, that might be like an exercise routine as well, that if you get that penciled in, and I would say don't even use a pencil, use a pen, so that's happening for yourself, and not trying to talk or allowing yourself to talk yourself out of the things maybe that you need to do or that you quote unquote should do. Really, there are no shoulds, but you know intuitively what's best for you, what you should be focused on, and what you need to do to make whatever dreams you have come to life. Okay, so I want to get a couple more. We're going to go to this tarot deck. I think this one is so lovely. And what was the name of this one again? I always forget. Where are you? This is the Earthly Souls and Spirits Oracle. Okay. Earthly Souls and Spirits Oracle. So it's a very earth-based deck, which I love. Okay. So we have manifest and gratitude. And hello. It's such a dark and moody card, though, very reminiscent of the month of October. Anyone else reading this kind of gap in the trees as an eye, like an all-seeing eye? I don't see this as like Illuminati confirmed or anything like that. To me, this is like the all-seeing eye of your own inner spirit, your true self, coming through, watching you, guiding you, protecting you, and even facing your shadow. She is cloaked in silhouette here. So some of what you're wanting to manifest, there are maybe certain pieces of the puzzle that you haven't uncovered yet or that are hidden to you at this time. But over the next 3 months, you're really working on your shadow, or the more shadow aspects of your personality, of how you show up for yourself or others, to really tune in to make that dream a reality by shifting a lot of what's going on in your, the things you don't deem as worthy as other parts of you. And then having gratitude. Of course, I think a little gratitude can go a long way. But when we're feeling frustrated, dejected, stressed out, anxious about someone or something that's just not working the way that we would like it to work in our lives, it can be really difficult to get into that, vibration or whatever of gratitude. But this is really actually needed because when you can feel this sense of gratitude, it gives you this sense of almost determination or hope to continue moving forward when maybe before you felt really dejected about something. When you can bring a little bit of gratitude in, you start to see more of a silver lining around anything that's possibly standing in your way. And more often than not, you're going to find the only thing standing in your way really is yourself, or those limiting beliefs, or just what you think is possible for yourself, which really aren't your fault a lot of the time, because again, we're programmed, brainwashed, conditioned into thinking we are less than, when really we are everything and then some. So it's beautiful. All right, here's the portion of the reading where think of something you would like to know when it's going to happen. I'm going to shuffle these real good. It's kind of a thin stack of cards, so it won't take too long to shuffle here. But just think of something you would like to manifest or want to experience, or just wondering when a certain, what's the word? I just had it and it went away. Milestone is going to happen for you. All right. For those watching now and on the replay, when is this thing that they are intuitively thinking of going to happen or manifest for them? Ooh, we have Aquarius energy and the number 11. So there's many opportunities or options here. It could happen on the 11th day of the month, which would have been yesterday in this month. But if we're looking at June 11th, could happen during Aquarius season or a major transit of Aquarius, which we currently in Vedic / sidereal astrology have Saturn transiting the sign of Aquarius. But also, as far as weeks go, give a fresh impetus. 11 weeks to 11 months. But for someone watching, this is as soon as 11 days, because you've really been putting the rubber where it meets the road, and doing that inner work, that external work, taking the action, and the little bit of sand that's left here, it's not going to be that long. And even in the grand scheme of your lifetime, 11 weeks is actually very quick. It's only less than 3 months time. 12 weeks would be a 3-month span of time. And it's very interesting because at the beginning of this reading, I was really seeing this span the next 12 weeks or 3 months. So that's just further confirmation that you're going to make it happen in this 3-month window of time. Depending if you've already started or you're restarting, because Mercury retrograde these last couple weeks has kind of thrown a wrench for a lot of people in those gears of that forward momentum. It's almost like you're on your bike. And anyone remember this or had this happen to you as a kid? I'm a child of the 80s and 90s, so this happened a lot with the neighbor kids. They'd you'd be riding your bike down the road, and you'd kind of slow down to talk to someone, and then they'd put a stick in your spokes of your bike, and then you'd just lurch forward like that. Sorry if I scared anybody. But that's kind of what this Mercury retrograde has been feeling like, almost like a whiplash kind of energy of, whoa, that was a hard stop. I guess I can't continue down that road or continue focusing on that thing. Now I got to shift gears and go over here. Could even be that you were derailed from something you were really focused on because there was a family emergency or something really big happened over these past, really, I would say since April 21st, 20th, 21st, when we had that first eclipse that kicked off eclipse season this past cycle. A lot's been going on for many of us personally and in the collective, that there's been a major epiphany, major, tragic event, major something. And this is past energy. This is not something yet to happen. So don't worry, those of you that feel like things have been all right. You're just maybe on the more mild end of the spectrum of this energy here. So yeah. All right, I feel like I just need one more. And interestingly enough, I'm tied to this tarot deck for now. Normally I'd like to wrap it up and finish with oracle cards, but we've already got one on the floor. Ooh, the 6 of Cups. Nostalgia, old friends, and innocence are the key words here. So to me, this really is, we were just talking about that Mercury retrograde, kind of looking back, redoing, introspection, reevaluation of your life, your priorities, just getting your day-to-day actions and tasks kind of put in a cohesive format that you can look at and tick those boxes off as you complete things, or if certain things aren't really getting done day to day, or you're just feeling like your time is being wasted, but you're not quite sure how it's being wasted, maybe just track your day to see how much time you spend on social media, how much time you spend talking to friends on the phone, or, cooking dinner. I don't know. Just kind of tracking your day and just seeing what an average day looks like for you, where your time and energy is going. And there might be certain things you can kind of pull back from, like, time online or social media, to gain yourself more time for the things that are your priorities over these next 3 months. All right. So I hope that resonated. Hello, Amber. Yes. Brianna says it really is. Did feel like an extended reading for what you have going on, for sure, for sure. But like you said, a lot of those readers that have, 100K plus followers, some of the collective messages can be very muddy because they do have so many energies they're reading. And that's nothing against them. I'm sure they're amazing, lovely readers, and just, if not even more intuitive than me, who knows? Like, I mean, it's not like I'm the most intuitive person in the world, but I try. But it's just like, there's so much coming in when people are opening their energy to read a bunch of other people. I usually, put my proper secure boundaries up that anyone who's looking to troll or is going to take the message the wrong way, that they just don't receive the message. So that could also be a big part of why I don't have a huge following. Not that I've ever wanted a huge following. I just wanted enough going on that it would, have that energy exchange, that I could do what I love and have it support me for a living. That's all I truly want in life. Like, that's my biggest dream, is just to have my dream be able to support me. And yeah, I do have my husband to help support, which is amazing, but I would love to be able to contribute more financially than I have been able to. Especially because I'm trying to help my mom get into a house. That's some major cash money these days. So yeah, that's all I want, is to be able to find the people who could really benefit from this message. That to me is like a dream come true. For sure. Okay, so that is it for our collective. If you missed it or you're just joining us, you can feel free to kind of scrub back or scroll back through this, or if you're watching the replay, you probably already watched it, and maybe this is the part of the video where you decide to exit stage left because you don't really care about other people's personal readings. But that all being said, other people watching your personal reading that you pay for, there might even be a message in that for them, because where your attention goes, your energy will flow, as we hear all the time. Okay, so I already have my list fairly recent in the chat, but I'm going to put it in my chat box just so I have it for reference. So we're going to start with Brianna. And I do believe we have her question already in PayPal. Yes, we do. So, message from my true authentic spirit, please. Is my blog/podcast the missing link for flexible mind yoga that will bring me unlimited abundance? I love it. Okay, so let's see if that, oops, what did I do? Push the wrong button. Okay, there we go. So, from Brianna's true spirit, tuning in, that spark of Brianna that exists outside this matrix. I feel like these are relevant, so we're going to keep them. Is the blog/podcast the missing link for flexible mind yoga that will bring her the unlimited abundance that she is seeking? Okay. Ooh, we have 10 of Swords, 8 of Wands, 9 of Pentacles. Okay. So you might have come, Brianna, to a realization that something is missing, or that something you're trying to make just isn't going forward. Like I'm hearing again, quit trying to make fetch happen. I'm hearing it again. So there might be something you thought was kind of the golden ticket or the best path forward, and was going to be the big eye-opener, moneymaker, abundance bringer, that's actually not quite it. So because you've kind of tied podcast and blog together, I kind of just want to pull a card for each one, because I think one or the other of those isn't really going to contribute as much as you hope or think it is, but the other one might be, because you do have the 8 of Wands, which is a sense of purpose, passion, forward momentum, hearing the news that you're expecting and wanting, and also the 9 of Pentacles, which is your hard work paying off. And again, earth energy, it takes a little longer than all the other, suits in the tarot. So it just might take a bit longer to realize that unlimited abundance through your podcast or your blog, or either or both, than you're hoping. I just want to pull a card. I'm going to use this tarot deck. For some reason I was drawn here. So we'll ask about the blog first. the blog? Is the blog going to be kind of the missing piece? Okay, 8 of Cups, you're walking away from blogging. And that was what I was intuitively getting before, I should have said it. I always kick myself. I'm like, I should have just said it. Podcast to me feels like the winner chicken dinner of this whole thing. Yeah, look at this, 6 of Pentacles. It'll be a nice energy exchange. You'll be rewarded. You might even have some sponsors or donors to your podcast. So I would say maybe don't put all your eggs in the podcast basket, but it's going to be a much better, forward momentum for your business, for unlocking that unlimited potential for you and unlimited abundance for you than, say, the blog. Not to say you should leave the blog completely. I mean, that's what this can indicate. Maybe just taking a hiatus and then returning. This to me feels, we got an ad in 5 seconds. So apologies if you're taken away. Maybe I'll just take a quick break because I have something I want to say. All right. Yeah, Vicky will read later today or watch later today. That sounds great, Vicky. So Brianna, coming back to the podcast. So you can get this, an interpret or take this card many ways, but 2 of the most common ways I take this card is you are leaving to go retrieve that 9th cup that is missing in the traditional stack. There's like a space for that 9th cup of wish fulfillment, happiness, and abundance to come in, and you're going on a quest to get that. The other way I can interpret this card is you're just realizing you'll never get that 9th cup and you're walking away from it for good. Usually that's more with something like a relationship, but you can interpret it as something emotional fulfilling if you're, having your own business. So what I'm getting for you is maybe taking a hiatus or a break, or maybe revamping, or just kind of asking yourself, what is it I'm wanting this blog to do for me? What service is this blog providing for other people? Really getting clear on what those questions or answers to your questions are for the blog portion, and then bringing it on. If you haven't really launched the blog yet and it's really not gone anywhere yet, I would just say maybe do some more planning before really launching it, and that'll be your better bet. But I would say putting more focus into a podcast format would probably be your better bet, or the better use of your time, effort, and resources per the question that you've asked. So I would say podcast, yes, for now, and blog, no, for now. But ultimately, you putting your time, focus, and attention into something is going to pay off in a big way. And it is very central to you getting the word out about spirituality, or about something that is very close to your spirit, close to your heart, that's going to benefit other people. So take it and run, my dear. I hope that resonated. And Michelle Lynn has sent a donation. Well, let me double check here our list. And we had one coming in from Cheyenne, and Cheyenne, you are here. So we can actually do your reading right now, but I can also timestamp it if that works for you. Let me know, because you would be right after Brianna as far as the ones that are here and have donated. And then Michelle Lynn donated 1 minute after you did. So Cheyenne, if you would like me to do your reading now and also timestamp, you can be here for it, and I can still timestamp it. But if you have already left the building, I will definitely timestamp. Thank you. It definitely resonated. You're so welcome. And thank you for your lovely donation, my dear. All right. So I'll just wait to hear from Cheyenne before I either dive into her reading or just kind of hold her off as a timestamp. Let me know. And then that might mean that we're just diving into Michelle Lynn's reading, which feel free to post your question, Michelle, because we've got a pretty small list right now, and I won't get lost in the shuffle. So either way we go. Looks to me like, I don't know, I still feel her energy around. But who's to know for sure? So Friday, I got my little timestamp list here. So Cheyenne. Okay, so we will add Cheyenne to the list behind Vicky here. So we will dive into Michelle Lynn's question. Cheyenne. Nose has been itchy. Like, my whole face has been itchy lately. And I've even been feeling like some crawling in my face. Like not on my face, but like under the skin. And I kind of talked about that on a different live stream recently, and it just Creeps me out. I don't like it. I don't like it. Okay, Michelle Lynn, how will this June be for me? Let's tune in, my dear. We're going to find out right now for Michelle Lynn how this June will be for her. Ooh, we got some talking to do here. Okay. Oh, sweet. Okay, so you are starting something new, going in a new direction, really feeling into your own intuitive nudges for what to leave behind. Because a lot of times the Fool will come in, it's the 0 card in the tarot. It comes between that new beginning or this spark of life of the Magician and the ending part of that World card, which you did get the World card on, what was it, Wednesday? So this is just the next logical step after that World card would be the Fool, the new beginning, the Fool's journey, starting out fresh, but using your intuition because something that you've been spending a lot of time on just hasn't been it for you for a while. This really does to me feel like career energy or just possibly wherever it is you're spending most of your time, you're just not feeling it. There's a refresh or possibly a whole new direction to go in something that you spend a lot of your time doing. But to me, this really does feel career driven because we do have a 10 of Pentacles, which a lot of times you can call it a career card or a legacy card at the very least, your life's work, whether that involves your career or your hobbies, your passions, creating financial stability and abundance for yourself and your family, for your future generations. All of that kind of comes into play this month. Or you're just having some really big downloads for what your next big, how you're showing up for yourself in a really big way very soon. But to me, this feels, if this is career wise, this is a very, not just a raise or a little bump in, promotion. This to me feels like a pretty substantial jump in, oh, someone's showing the love with all the hearts. Thank you so much. That's so fun. You are getting a major bump. So this could be that if you have been looking and applying for other jobs, you might be hearing back that, hey, we would not just love to have you on, but we're willing to pay you way over and above what you thought you would get from us. That's what this feels like to me. So if you haven't been on any kind of job search, I would say now, starting now, mid-May, we're not even quite to the middle of this month, but really start now, getting the word out there, taking those action steps you're guided to take that leap of faith with a new career possibility or potential for yourself. Because lady, this could be what you've been wishing for, hoping for, praying for a very long time. I'm not just saying that because you've been here and really wanting that next job thing. I really feel this could be it. As long as you're doing that due diligence of putting those applications out there and interviewing and doing all the things, even if you're not quite feeling ready, the Fool really is never ready. They just take the leap, But let's just see. I know it's a 1-card read, but I feel like I need a little bit more nuance to this. Anything else Michelle Lynn needs to know before we close out? Ooh, we get 2. So we have radiant and devoted. Yes, you're really starting to feel more radiant in your energy. Maybe you're feeling like you're looking better. Maybe your body, your physical body is feeling more energized, more healthy. You're just feeling it in a good way. And probably the best you felt in 2 years, you're going to be feeling in June. And I don't even say that lightly because I know you've been through some pretty rough and rocky stuff with your back injury and just all of the mold stuff you've been dealing with and all that. Yeah, it has been such a long journey. I would love to finally say, Amanda, I got out of my toxic job. Yes, we would all just be like rooting for you, cheerleading for you if that's the case. Oh my goodness. But devoted. You really are a devoted person, and that's why you're still at this toxic job. And you could take that devotion elsewhere to a new job where you're feeling really good and being able to utilize your skills, your talents in a whole new way in the work front or at the workplace. So I would say that the month of June for you, Michelle, is going to be the month to, like I said earlier, put the rubber where it meets the road and just really, take that, what we said in that collective reading. I can't even think. Take what was said in the collective reading and really take it to heart, examining, your day-to-day routines and how you would like things to shift and having the gratitude for what you do have to, really expand that and bring in a job that's really going to feel more on your level for your talent, your skill, your devotion level. It's going to feel more like a career than a job to you. So this is the time to put yourself out there, because this, this is only based on current energy. That if you decide, well, I don't know if I'm ready, and then you don't take any action, a lot of this good stuff can't come in. I mean, not saying it won't ever come in, it absolutely will, but you want it to come in June, get started now, my friend, and you will really be happy you did. So yes, you got this, Michelle. We're all rooting for you for sure. And I just got major chills. So yes, this is it's go time, lady. It's go time. Your true spirit is ready for this leap in a beautiful brand new direction and having this new beginning for yourself. And we're all ready for you as well. We are rooting you on, cheering you on like never before. Exciting. I love that. Let's see. Yes, my body has been feeling heavy. I pray all the time. Finally have this heaviness be released. Yeah. To me, June feels just like this breath of fresh air, or this like weight lifted off your shoulders kind of energy with what we uncovered in the cards. So yeah, but it's going to all happen based on you. Even if you don't feel like moving forward, just kind of faking it till you make it. And I hate that term. Because really we don't have to fake anything. But just, even if you're feeling uninspired and unmotivated, just start taking steps in the direction you're hoping to go. And as you gain that momentum, it really does kind of, what I'm seeing in my mind's eye is like when I, think about working out, this is before I'm looking forward to it nowadays, but before I just feel like dragging my feet. Like, I don't want to work out. It's only 15 minutes. But like after 5 minutes into the workout, I'm like, yeah, I love this. I'm feeling good. I can do this. And I kind of gain the motivation and momentum as I just get myself going toward it. You know what I mean? So that's kind of the energy I'm feeling here, is even though you're not feeling like doing certain things or putting yourself out there in certain ways, just doing it will really pay off for you in a big way come June. All right. We are all rooting for you, Michelle. So go get it, girl. All right. So up next, we do have the 3 time-stamped reads. Pretty sure I'm not missing anyone here, but let me just double check. Yeah, 5 total donations here. Yes. So we're going to go ahead and jump into the timestamp readings. And of course, anyone who's here who is thinking about donating, we will just dive right into your question if you donate, because the last remaining readings, these people are not here, so I'm putting a timestamp for them. So yes, go ahead and let me know if you would like to do that. But I'm going to get into Florence's, no, she's not doing a 1-card read this time. This is a full reading. She says she hopes I'm doing well. I am. Thank you so much, Florence. I'm going to timestamp you before we get in here. So it was like 41:30-ish, maybe 41:30. Okay, so we got your timestamp. So yes, I am doing well. Thank you, Florence. I was wondering if my future partner and I have a mission together, like opening a business together. While I was traveling, I got a lot of inspiration on opening a retreat center, but something like this is complex where I feel I would need a trustworthy partner to help me. Absolutely. Unfortunately, I won't be here for the live reading, so it would be great if you could timestamp for me. Thank you. You're so welcome. Okay. We're going to this tarot deck right here. Mission together. So yeah, I really feel there is some sort of mission. Let's just see if it is having to do with business. For Florence and her future partner, having this mission together, is this involving a business? She wants to open that retreat center, but something like that is complex and she will need a trustworthy partner to help. Okay. Mission. Yeah, Queen of Swords. This is the honest truth. Yes, this is an absolute yes. You're the one, it feels to me, you're the one making things, ooh, this whole thing jumped. 1 is upside down, so we'll take that one. And 8 of Cups. Yeah, this is you walking away from not feeling worthy or like you can do it on your own. Doesn't mean you're doing it on your own, but sometimes just overcoming or stepping in and taking the reins, even if it's short time or short term, to just almost prove to yourself that I got this, I can do this. But as you go, then allow other people to come on board and help. And what I'm feeling with the combination of this is the fact that you are going to be the one kind of mostly planning it out, having this vision and then seeing it come to life. And you're probably working more, up front and behind the scenes with this retreat center. But that doesn't mean his partner isn't going to be on board and also maybe possibly employed through this retreat center to help. And we also have here the 6 of Cups. So nostalgia, old friends, innocence. So yeah, this is again feeling like a past life connection coming back full circle in this lifetime to, again, this doesn't feel like bad karma though. This feels like reaping the rewards from past lifetimes of the good karma that you've acquired in your travels on different life journeys together. So yeah, I would absolutely say that you might even be opening this retreat center in somewhere that you always dreamed of being or going as a child, or maybe even someone where you used to live as a child, or even a place, opening this retreat center in a place where you did live a very prominent past life that was very inspiring to you. But let's just see, as far as the mission that you have with this life partner. Ooh, Seven of Wands. Yeah, this really is about correcting, some different past life stuff that just didn't go right. The lying, cheating, stealing, in all its forms and capacities, feeling lied to, cheated on, or stolen from the relationship. Maybe your future, love or future partner was taken from you too early in a lifetime, or, they lied to you, or you lied to them, or there was cheating. I mean, there was a lot, so many lifetimes that you can draw from. But this is going to be a lifetime where you go back and make amends or make things right where certain things were wrong. And instead of, going separate ways, like the Eight of Cups talks about, you come back together. That's really what I read with this. All right. Anything else Florence needs to know about her life mission with this partner? Yeah, Ten of Cups, happy family. Even if you don't want to have children, this is creating a life together, becoming family to each other, having plant babies, fur babies, just really close friends that feel like family, really creating a nice community. And this is such, with the retreat center that you're thinking of, this is such the vibe that you would hope to have at any retreat center, is a Ten of Cups energy, where everybody feels like family. Everyone feels connected, heard, seen, loved, appreciated, blessed. Their well-being is taken care of. There's so much of that intertwined in this card, that the connection, you and your partner coming together, you will feel like home to each other in ways that, no one else has. Of course, we are, and probably should, just be home to ourselves, and then anyone that can come in and be a companion to that is great. And it's a lot of relationships where we think the other person is going to complete us. But I see you feeling whole and complete on your own, and then just kind of enhancing that wholeness and completeness with this partner. All right, I want to go, let's just use this time frame deck since we have it out today. Let's just see the time frame invested or involved in Florence, really coming into alignment with her mission. This doesn't necessarily mean that you are fully living this mission, or with your partner and, signing any contracts on this retreat center. But this to me feels more of you being in alignment with the energy to start down the road to make that dream a reality. So what's the time frame for Florence? All right, so we have 4 days to 4 weeks. So over these next 4 days or 4 weeks, anytime within that time span, you're really getting this sense of purpose, and maybe even getting more downloads about what this mission is that you have with this partner, and then of course this business together of this retreat center. I see you're just getting a lot of downloads in your dreams, maybe even in your waking daydreams. You're getting a lot of even just excited feeling, like out of nowhere, you're just kind of going about your day and your heart flutters and you get this rush of excitement, just getting downloads, thinking about what your future could look like. That's the vibe I'm getting with this. So it almost kind of sets the energetic stage, or, foundation for which you're going to build this, once you meet this partner, and once you, start down the road of possibly creating this retreat. Ooh, interesting. I said rehab. So there might be something that you're doing to kind of act as a precursor to this retreat center, is rehabbing your own energy. And it doesn't have to just look like drugs and alcohol type of rehab, but, rehabbing yourself from limiting beliefs, rehabbing. Ooh, rehab. See all these like Freudian slip words coming out. Shifting your bad habits and making them strengths rather than weaknesses for you, to your own energy. And even healing in your connection to past lovers that don't have anything to do with a future partner, but also your past connections to your future partner. Doing a lot of healing in that department, or rehab in that department, energetically speaking, can really help you get on and popping with this mission you have together. And then this card fell to the ground, the moon. Yeah, really trusting your intuition, seeing through the illusion is really going to help you, but also paying very close attention to your dreams, like we were already discussing, getting major downloads to your dreams. Even if they don't make sense, writing them down either on, the notes app of your phone, or if you have like a dream journal kind of notebook or something sitting next to your bed. This is one of the best things you can do for yourself, because a lot of times dreams don't make sense in the moment, or when you first wake up, you're like, huh? What? But if you can go back, 2 weeks later and read that, or a month later, a year later and read that, it might, kind of put up some kind of, I don't know, I'm seeing like alarm bells, but not in a bad way. Like, oh yeah, I bet that's what this meant. And this was like telling me this was going to happen way before it did. Even if it doesn't happen exactly like it does in a dream, because we all know dreams can be very, non-linear and weird and more abstract than just, forthright and to the point. But yeah, I hope that resonated for you, Florence. There's a lot of good coming in when you do meet up with this divine. To me, it feels like a divine partnership. This isn't just another relationship, run of the mill kind of thing. This feels like a divine partnership. You're not just settling for anyone at this point. You are only accepting, someone who has your back on a spirit level. So yes, you have to let us know when you meet this person. Thanks again for your donation, Florence. That felt really good to me. Just even you connecting to your own inner self about what this mission looks like for you. You can almost start laying that groundwork for that mission now. So that's very, very powerful. All right. So sorry, guys. I was way up at the top of the chat here, so I'm scrolling back to more recent comments. Hello, KK. Good morning to you as well, my dear. Yeah. Farida, hello, welcome. So we don't have a like a free list or anything today. We did do a collective reading at the beginning though, so if you missed that, that might pertain to your question. If you would like to scroll back to the beginning, I think we finished around the 26-27 minute mark of our live stream here. But if you would like to donate to get on the list, you can absolutely do that. There's a few ways you can donate. If you would check the description box below for the different ways, we have PayPal or SuperChat, and they're at different price points, but you can look at the description as to why they are different price points. But thank you for joining us. I appreciate that. And hello, AJ. I just saw we had a donation come in from you, which we will honor right now because the other two readings I have to do are for me to timestamp, so we can do them anytime. So since you're here and they are not, let's get into your reading. So go ahead and post your question, AJ, and we'll get right into it. Okay. Getting hydrated, staying hydrated. Anyone have any fun weekend plans while we have a little leg in the conversation? Let's see. I'm working on my super secret side project, side mission, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to be working on that. I got to kind of catch up on stuff around my house. My laundry got kind of out of control. I got it mostly folded yesterday, though, so that's a win on my part. I do need to sweep and mop because that's, yeah. You don't realize how clean, I mean, clean, I guess is a general term, but how less crumbs and food and stuff were on your floor when you have a dog in the house. And since my dog passed away, no one's there to just walk by and clean those crumbs up. So my kids are very messy kids. And I got to actually sweep about every other day to keep up with those kids, I tell you. Yeah, so who knows? Yeah. Oh, Cheyenne is here. Awesome. Well, we will do AJ's reading. He's donated for a full read, and then we can get right into your question, Cheyenne. That sounds good. I would go right into your Cheyenne, but I had already asked AJ for his question, so I apologize for that. So AJ says, I've been feeling the energy of my grandmother lately. Is there anything specific she wants my inner self to know? Oh, I love it. Okay. Grandmas are such special people. So let's tune in to her true spirit, her true essence. AJ's grandmother that has passed. Her true essence, her true spirit. Any messages she has specifically for AJ. Ooh, we got two coming out here. Yeah, she's just really reiterating the fact that after her death, it seems like a major turning point in your life. So I don't know if not just because of her death, but there might have been other things going on in your life around the time of her passing that just felt like a major chapter closing, or not even a chapter, because she's showing me closing a book and then getting a brand new book and starting at page one. So there might have been a, not just closing a chapter, but like closing a whole book and starting a whole new book after she had passed away. Oh, hello, Solar Siren, my dear Jessa. I get to see her in like 2 weeks, and I could not be more excited. I mean, yeah, the circumstances are very grim. But I am so excited to see you. And I've been thinking about you, of course, over these past few weeks. For anyone wondering, what am I talking about? Jessa's husband actually passed away on April 24th. So it's been a few weeks now. So we're having his funeral. Not like I'm involved, like I'm going to his funeral. Yeah, but I can't wait to see you and Gigi and Odin. It's gonna be good to see you guys. Sorry, AJ. Very interesting. So it's funny. Everything is assigned to me, and because my dear friend Jessa, I met her when she was 8 and I was 12 years old. There might be someone from your past coming back. The wheels are turning. Someone from your past might be coming back into your life as well. But yeah, kind of going back to your establishing part of your reading. Your grandmother's death really did mark a whole new cycle for you. But let's see what this means for you currently, besides the fact that someone new might be coming in. And, Wheel of Fortune really does indicate that if things have been feeling blah, stagnant, not great lately, things are going to start looking up. If things have been really good, I don't see them changing anytime soon. In fact, I see them increasing even more. So you're really on this upswing. Wherever you fall on that spectrum, AJ, you're in this upswing, and we do have 2 major arcana energies. So you might even be reinventing yourself at this time, or just making small changes over time that are adding up to be big changes in your life. All right. So let's see anything else we need to know for AJ from his wonderful grandmother. Yeah, things have been stagnant. That's really what I was feeling. And it's almost like this death energy of, closing out certain ways that you spend your time, or certain relationships, or, just shifting where your focus is going and allowing the old to kind of pass away and act as the fertilizer from which the new will grow. That's what I see here most for you. But let's see any specifics AJ's grandmother can give him about this new cycle, new chapter. Ooh. Yeah, you're just done feeling like you have to be the one to, always be picking up the pieces for everyone else. There is this element of healing. This is the 4 of Swords. So this comes out, of course, after the 3 of Swords, which is about the heartbreak, the grief, just feeling completely betrayed possibly by someone. And now you are healing. You are starting a new journey. You haven't just first taken that first step. Look, she's just put that first step down to the ground, ready to take the next step. And then before you know it, she's going to be the staircase and level up. Like that's what's happening or about to happen for you. But the best thing for you to do is take the emotional pulse of what's going on. So if you're feeling really sad, really feel into that. Why am I feeling sad? And a lot of times, if you are someone very empathic, which I do feel you are, AJ, this to me could, really indicate other people's energy that you're picking up on, and almost interpreting that as your energy, or taking it on as your energy. And I noticed myself doing that last night at the baseball game. My son was playing third base, and he wasn't covering his base when the ball had been hit into the outfield, and we had shortstop like halfway into the outfield waiting for the ball. And Boston, my son, he should have been standing on third base, but he was kind of like 5 or so feet into the outfield, not on his bag, and his coach yelled at him. And then I could tell he was visibly a little upset, but he kind of shook it off. And then the very next play, almost the same scenario, he wasn't on his bag, his coach yelled again. But 2 more plays later, he was catching a pop fly right next to his bag. So it's almost like 2 false starts, or 2 times things didn't quite go your way, AJ, is really what I'm seeing this as. But then that 3rd time was the charm. You caught exactly what you needed to get, or you got the information you needed, or I just heard you got the memo. So I don't know if you're getting news about something very soon as well. But your emotional state is really going to indicate how you interpret your reality. And this is a very balanced emotional state. So you're not allowing your emotions to make your decisions for you. No, that's not what we're saying. But it's you allowing your emotions to tell you how you're feeling, and then allowing those emotions to balance out before you make any major decisions or choices from that. All right. Anything else? I'm going to go to this deck. Anything else AJ's wonderful grandmother wants him to know? Okay. Yeah, angelic. So she's definitely supporting, guiding, cheerleading for you from the other side and really close to you. So you might, be feeling her a lot. And I think you had mentioned that in your question, just feeling the energy of her. So yeah, I love that, you're feeling this, and she's really showing forward in this card of, you really amplifying your own angelic qualities or your good qualities, the qualities that, make this world a better place, and really amplifying those. I'm just hearing like, for you, AJ, like random acts of kindness, things like that. Oh, it looks like we have an ad in about 10 seconds. Yeah, and gratitude, and this came out in our like collective reading as well. So check that out if you didn't already. There's a nice collective reading at the beginning of this live stream. But having this sense of gratitude, for your more angelic qualities, and the people in your life that really feel like, an angel on earth, that aren't just, here to take advantage of people, and really leaning and relying on the people that you do have those emotional connections to, be them family, be them friends, be them internet friends. That's just as valid these days as someone. And if not, sometimes we can have even deeper connections with those that we know online, because there's just not this hindrance of, the face to face of, what if they think I'm weird? What if a lot of that, thing that we filter our vulnerability through just isn't there when we're online. So if you do have a very prominent online friend that you can trust, I'd say this person to me feels like a very amazing and divine person. Yeah. So I feel like I want one more for you, AJ, before we close out. Anything else AJ's grandmother wants him to know? And I just saw like a blue, like crystal ball, like a blue orb. So I don't know, not like literally, but like in my mind's eye. So I don't know if your grandmother really resonated with the color blue, or there's something about the color blue to be aware of. And then we have love with an open heart. So if you are looking for love, you might be meeting this person, and the first time you meet them, they are wearing blue. That could be an indication, because that came in right before this card. As a message. So I feel like I need one more still, though. I feel like one more is still needed. Anything else AJ's grandmother has for him? And there's some blue. Look at that blue. Woo! She is wearing blue. Weave your destiny. Look at that. Very cool. Yeah. This is about you, really utilizing your qualities, your gifts. Oh, you've been writing in blue pen. It becomes, because I've read it helps with memory. Oh, interesting. Very cool. And we have the number 5. It's really hard to see in the little description here, but the number 5 right there. So the number 5 might be relevant at this time as well. But what I'm really seeing with this is you being able almost to circumvent your astrology, which is not an easy thing to do. So many of us are so programmed by our own astrology that, the essence of free will almost feels like it doesn't exist. But then look at this. Oh my goodness. Blue again, yet again. And just so you know, not all these cards are blue. I mean, yeah, there's definitely blue tones for sure, but not every card is blue. So that's just indication that blue is going to be important. But it's saying climb the spiritual ladder one step at a time. What were we saying in this message? You've about taken that first step, ready to take the next, and then level up, level up, level up, level up, level up. You know that Sierra song? Level up, level up, level up. I always hear that song when I say level up. So, oh, your car meter was 5555555. Did I say too many fives? I don't know. Wow, that's powerful. So just know that was probably a message from your grandmother in and of itself. You've been working on your throat chakra. Well, there's your blue. There's your something blue for your spiritual wedding to your inner self. There you go. Something borrowed, something blue. All right. I hope that resonated, AJ. It's good to see you. It's been a minute. I hope you're doing well. I hope that stagnation passes very quickly, and it feels to me that you're overcoming something and about ready to level yourself up in a big way. Feels exciting. Yeah, look at this, the sun. So look at that. This is just indicating that there's brighter days ahead for you. So yeah, that sense of gratitude and just really tuning into your more angelic qualities and just being a force of good in this world is going to bring a lot of abundance for you. And I know in our collective, or maybe before the collective, we kind of talked about how a lot of times it almost feels like the better we try to show up and be in this world, the less we're rewarded for that. But we're shifting timelines, we're changing belief systems. So we're maybe shifting to a timeline very soon that, that wonderful, loving essence will be rewarded rather than hindered in some way. All right. So let's get into Cheyenne's question. She has donated for a 1-card read. And then after that, we only have one other question donation on the board. So anyone else looking to donate today will get your question answered even before Cheyenne's sister Vicky's question. Right. Drink of water, and here we go. So could I have some information on my future man, please? I think he works at one of the hospitals I'm collaborating with. Oh my goodness. Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, Cheyenne, but I felt that your future husband was someone like a doctor or a lawyer or someone very like in a professional kind of field, like something that most, people would regard as a very professional field. I would say doctor or, even working at a hospital to me feels very prestigious. I don't know. My husband worked at a hospital for over 14 years as an IT. He was a senior network engineer. Well, network engineer, worked up to senior network engineer, worked up to network architect, and then left and went into banking. Yeah. All right. So let's tune in. Information on Cheyenne's future man. All right. Ooh, the Hanged Man. So he might be, feeling a bit stuck and stagnant at his work, but it's definitely, to me, with the Hanged Man energy, you don't have to go very far to find it. It's going to be someone in your like day-to-day, operation. So whether that's this week, next month, 2 years from now, I guess remains to be seen, but it's going to be someone who's very close proximity to you. And this person, I feel they're maybe just feeling right now, like current moment, a bit uninspired at work, and possibly even just working one specific job or hours, working more hours than they need to right now, because he's paying off student loan debt probably or some sort of debt. If it's not like student loans for a medical degree, it's maybe a home loan or something, which, a home loan isn't a bad thing. Most people have a home loan. Not everybody, but a lot of people do. Hermit. So he's definitely, if he is or had been with someone, definitely divorced or, no longer in that relationship, where before, when we tuned into his energy, this might have been over a year ago at this point. It's very vague, but it's coming to me in fits and spurts here. When we first tuned into his energy, it felt like he was currently married, and probably had a child or two. I'm still sensing two. I'm sensing two. You would remember better than I would. That's just the number I'm getting right now. So he's definitely out of that relationship and ready eventually, maybe not right this second, but eventually he will be ready for love. So this is just a clear indication that we're pretty close to home as far as what you're thinking here. Look at that. And then the 2 of Cups just indicating when we're talking about children. Boom, there it is. So probably 1 boy, 1 girl. And they do look like by the time you guys are together, they would be, I would say the girl's probably the younger of the 2 children. That's just energetically what's showing up here. And she would probably be at least 8 years old, if not older, by the time you meet your future partner. Woo. And then the Moon. So to me, this feels like this is a very kind of solitary, kind of almost lonely Moon card. And this Hermit is anything but lonely. She just feels good to be in her own energy. So I'm more reading this as you tuning into your intuition, seeing through the veil of illusion as well. I work with doctors. I'm surprised. I don't know his name. Oh, interesting. It just might be that this guy maybe works at a different hospital currently, or again, when you do meet him though, he will be in your vicinity. I know I like old, but damn, how old? Let's see. Anything else Cheyenne needs to know? Yeah, Page of Swords. So there's a lot of inspiration here is what I'm feeling. News coming in. So if this guy, this future guy works at your current place you're at, I think you're going to know sooner than later. And I'm also hearing Virgo season, which, Hermit is Virgo energy. So Virgo season for Western astrology would be, the end of August going into September time. For Vedic astrology, it'd be kind of September going into October time. Because my husband in Vedic astrology, he's born October 16th, and he is a last degree, 29-degree Virgo sun. So October 17th and beyond would be Libra season per Vedic astrology. So you'll definitely meet this guy. If it's at this current situation, definitely be able to meet this guy before October 16th. So keep that in mind. Yeah. So to me, the Virgo season, it feels very fitting as to when you might meet, or also when Virgo or the moon is transiting Virgo. So it doesn't necessarily have to be Virgo season, but something to do with Virgo. I mean, you do have the moon with the Virgo card. So this also could be the moon transiting your 6th house the day you meet. And, 6th house is the house of doctors and healing, which is very interesting with that Virgo energy coming out. So cool. Let's just see if we can get any other. Yeah, let's get a time card. I know time is that funny, fickle thing, but we're going to tune in anyway. Anything else Cheyenne needs to know about this future man? When to meet? We have, 8 days, 8 weeks. Everything is in progress. And again, lining this up with Western Virgo season, that would be the end of the 8th month. August, right? So to me, I would say that's probably more accurate of a time frame than 8 weeks from now. But hey, anything is possible at this point. So I would say just be open and willing and ready to meet him whenever is divinely most, opportune to meet him. Remember you said you had 3 kids in a past life. Oh, I had 3 kids in a past life. 1 is my brother and 2 maybe his kids reincarnated. Yes, because I did feel there was a very close spiritual bond between you and his children. That you didn't need to have your own, biological children in this life, because the children that will eventually be in your life feel very much like you couldn't love your own children any more than you love these children. I'm getting major chills as I say that. So I think you're onto something, Cheyenne. Let's just see. Pull a tarot just to see if one or both of these kids were possibly Cheyenne's children in the past life. We have 2 of Wands. It was in reverse, though. I don't know. It's very interesting. Message, but let's just get one more. Very funny. Remember, I don't know if you were here at the live stream when I had accidentally left this reference guide in there. So I think intuitively, it's not going to give us a clear-cut answer with this, but I'll take the top tarot card as well. So King of Coins, yeah, King of Pentacles, grounded success, physical reality, manifestation. So yeah, I'd say you're on the right path with that download. Yeah. No wonder we need Out of My Home. My family will hate this. Let them hate it, because you're going to love it. You're going to love it so much. It's going to feel better than you can imagine. Of course, first getting a new relationship is exciting, and then taking however much time your partner would need to be able to then introduce you to his kids. And, there's always kind of that kind of rocky beginning. Not always, but, it can be. And I don't mean rocky in a bad way, but just kind of maybe uncomfortable, just, introducing yourselves and just finding how you all fit into each other's lives kind of thing. But after all that is established, I don't see any kind of red flags going on with life together. I don't. Outside of the normal ups and downs of a relationship. So, yeah. Awesome! Well, I think we spilled a little bit of tea on who this guy is, and yeah. I'm liking it a lot. So I hope you like it. Thanks again, Cheyenne, for your donation. And yeah. So let's get into Vicky's reading. And I'm going to timestamp for her. So for Vicky, we have 1:13. It just ticked over to 1 hour, 13 minutes on the dot. On the nose for Vicky. Cheyenne was here. So we didn't need to do her timestamp, but if you do want to check back, it'll of course be before the 1 hour and 13 minute mark, right before that, because yours is right before Vicky's. So. Okay, let's head over to wonderful Vicky's question. She was our first donation, or no, second donation of the day. So I got to scroll back through and she has donated for a full reading today. I'm feeling the need to go back to this deck for her. Hi, Amanda. Hope you're well. I am. Thank you so much. Can I have a general reading, please? Anything my true, authentic spirit guides would like me to know right now? Thank you as always. And can you please kindly timestamp? I can totally do that for you. Okay. So let's find out anything Vicky's true, authentic spirit would like her to know right now. I'm going to go back to camera view so I can see what's going on here. Okay. Ooh, we have Strength card, Leo energy popping in, and of course, Inner Self. I always associate that Inner Self with Strength. And we have the Knight of Pentacles, that slow and steady energy coming in. And both of these could possibly indicate a person in your life. They don't technically have to be Leo energy. Hello, Lady T. Hello, welcome. They don't technically have to be a Leo, but they feel very fiery. They show up in your life in a very fiery, in a good way. I don't see this as fiery, like big temper or anything like that. They're just exciting, like a firecracker. They're exciting energy. This could even be you kind of embodying this more excited, fun energy. Thanks for the love, everybody. See all those hearts and little party favor thingies. But the Knight of Pentacles is very slow and steady energy. So whatever it is you're currently experiencing, working on, there's just a slow and steady progression and resolution for anything that you are looking to be done with. Just working through it, getting it done, getting it finished, and moving on to the next. But if there's something you're starting now, I see there is longevity in any new project or even friendships that you're making or connections. Could even be network connections through people that, you know, like at work. Anyone you're connecting with here now and in the near future. There's a slow and steady progression and build toward whatever it is you're wanting to manifest. All right. Could even be that you're opening a new savings account, or, you know, like putting eggs in a basket is what I'm seeing, like in my mind's eye. Not like putting all your eggs in one basket, but maybe looking for new ways to invest money, possibly, or just trying to save more money. That's another way we could interpret that. And then this card came out, the Judgment card. So there's a lot of new spiritual support coming in, or you just feeling more in the flow or in tune with your inner self, your true spirit, to want to, you know, maybe update some of your spiritual practices or do some new spiritual stuff that you've never tried before. But there is definitely going to be a slow and steady progression in your spiritual life. And especially where it comes to protecting your energy, or, you know, just vetting out, allowing more of your true spirit to come online, and just you can energetically feel who, what, where, when, and why just isn't vibing with you anymore. You know, what places do you just not feel comfortable anymore? What relationships just feel stagnant or even toxic? And just starting to pull back in the energies, on your energies in the areas of life that don't feel very supportive anymore, to be able to utilize that beautiful, loving energy toward the relationships, places, situations that do feel more supportive for your future energy. Very interesting. This wants to keep coming out today. So think, Vicky, you might even need to pause since you're watching a replay. That's easy for you to do. Maybe just pause for a moment and think of a specific thing you are wondering when it will happen. Whether this is getting into, you know, a new relationship, finding a, you know, really good forever job, moving out, you know, whatever it is, could be any of those or anything extra outside of those. We're going to try to get you a time frame. We all know how time works around here, but we're just going to try to get the most likely time frame on the current timeline you're on for Vicky for the question she has in mind. Here it is. Ooh, we have Leo. Leo, I knew it was very prominent for you today. Look at this, Vicky. Leo vibes, the sun energy as well. So release the power of your heart. What was I saying about a big spiritual level up? Look at that. That is beautiful. So 5 weeks to 5 months. So that's kind of the time frame we're working with, whatever your question was. If your question was about moving, I would say this is very in alignment, maybe a little bit closer to the 2 to 5 month mark of this journey, this time frame here. But if your question was something else, I'm still feeling more toward the 2 to 5 month range as well. So yeah, but this is about you literally stepping into your own authority, your own power, not allowing other people to keep you down or to tell you what to do. Because nobody's your boss. I mean, yeah, you might have a boss at work and whatever, but they're not the boss of your spirit. They're not the boss of your personality. They're not the boss of your finances. That's you. That's you, my lady. So this is about you, like, boss babing it up in your finances, in your day-to-day life, in your work environment. You're just taking responsibility for yourself in really major ways. We also have here the Justice card, also the Knight of Swords. So you have two knights here, the fastest moving knight and the slowest moving knight. So this is about really finding the balance, the balance. Maybe one day you're feeling like time is very slow, and the next day time is so fast you don't even know where the day went. But this is about finding a balance, especially with your own like power, your own energy, really balancing yourself out, making sure if you are really busy or spending a lot of time with other people, that you're balancing all of that out with taking time for yourself to do the self-love, self-care thing, or to do things you enjoy, going out with friends, doing specific hobbies you really enjoy, balancing all that work, because I'm hearing all work and no play. So don't get into that cycle of working so much that you don't have time for yourself or to, really enhance those connections in your life that you really cherish. And yeah, with these nights together here, this might even be your energy. I was feeling your energy was the more slow, steady. So there could be someone else that's like, let's speed this up, let's get going. And maybe it's kind of getting on your nerves a bit. They could be around your age because the energy here is both showing up as knights. They could be 5 years younger, 5 years older, kind of range as well. But if anything, I'm really feeling they're either your age or maybe younger than you, Vicky. So if someone a little younger than you is getting on your nerves, I would say, allow your emotions to be validated and then move on from it. Don't try to get in a conversation with them about, what they're doing wrong or anything, because they might just yell at you. So I would just say, kind of keep it to yourself. But also there's a lot of forward momentum here. So at the very least, you're making moves. You're putting yourself out there. You're doing things, again, making sure you're balancing all that outward trajectory of your energy back with some inward trajectory of your energy as well. So I feel like I want two more maybe. Whatever needs to come out of this deck for Vicky from her true spirit. Okay. Ooh, Weave Your Destiny. This came out for AJ. And the color blue was very prominent for him in that message when this came out. So I'm really seeing that blue being a power color for you. He had talked about himself working on his throat chakra. So I don't know if specifically with this person that might be kind of, annoying you in a way and just kind of holding your tongue about it. Maybe not holding your tongue completely, but just, in a very nice and eloquent way, telling this person what you think without trying to get into a major conflict with them. But also just expressing yourself. If you are starting some sort of new project or endeavor, make sure you are communicating not just to yourself, but to those around you, what you expect in any given situation. So yeah, and Weave Your Destiny. This is you taking the reins, you really stepping into your power. So there really are 3 messages, Vicky, of you stepping into your power. And I love to see this come out because this is just reminding you already are very powerful. You just need to remember that and embody that, step into that even more so that other people will start to get the memo that, hey, yeah, you really are important. You really are powerful. And maybe they should just let you do what you do without trying to get involved because you're the authority of you, not them. All right. Yeah. And to me, this energy of, where did it go? There they are. This almost feels to me like sibling rivalry, but to me this feels like a brother. So you and one of the brothers, the one that's probably closest in age to you, or the one you usually have the most friction with, might be very passive aggressive toward you, and this is just about you just kind of rolling your eyes when he's not looking and just going on with your day. But also saying at the same time, you're not going to talk to me like that, or you're not treating me like that, and putting your money where your mouth is, so to speak, with that. So I hope that resonated, Vicky. Thanks again for your donation. And I think that's it as far as our donations. Yeah, that is it. All right, you guys. Well, hopefully I can get all my ducks in a row, my little duckies in a row, for us to have that nice talk about our thoughts and the fact that a lot of our thoughts aren't even us and what we can do about it. We're going to hopefully get to that on Wednesday, the 24th, I think. Is it already? No, it can't be that far out. Why was I thinking it was the 24th? It's got to be like the, I don't know, 18th or something, 17th. When I was thinking it, I was just kind of like, I don't know. I skipped a whole week. Apparently, I'm time traveling. So, no, it will not be taking place on May 24th. It will be taking place on May 17th. That will be our next live stream here. You know, all things considered, hopefully, no migraines or anything gets in the way of that show, and we should be on carrying on business as usual. I just need to find time this weekend to kind of write out my notes on what I want to say for that show, and because I want this to be something you can all benefit from. Because I think many of us do feel a lot of times that our thoughts just kind of take us for a ride, and there's something we can do to really rein that back in and allow our brain to once again become a tool that we utilize from time to time rather than something that's just going, 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 going. I mean, of course, there are brain processes going on, innate intelligence that's running the brain to, continue our lungs breathing, our heart beating, all that. We're not talking about that. We're talking about outside interference or hijacking of our thought process by entities, subliminal programming, all sorts of crazy stuff. Our own thought forms that we create because of what we repeatedly think about. And even, those dark forces or outside interference from entities that will, continue to put these thoughts in our brain over and over and over. And then before we know it, those neural pathways are set. And now that's what we believe about ourselves. And it's a complete sham. It's a complete lie. But we're going to get into, how we can fix that, or at least work with it, not allow it to take us for a ride. Because every time I think of thought forms and, entity interference with our thoughts, I just see this wild riding roller coaster, just out of control roller coaster. And it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good, especially when we go on this like downward spiral with our thoughts. It's just all over loop-de-loos, twists and turns, and it doesn't feel good. So we're going to talk about on that show how we can prevent, yes, but also if it is happening, how we can kind of, neutralize what's going on with that. So yeah, that's going to be it from me today. I hope you all have a wonderful, fabulous, fun, flirty, happy, rested, whatever kind of weekend you're hoping to have. I hope you have that kind of weekend. And I hope to see you guys right back here. Thanks again so much for all those likes, comments, shares, subscribes, donations, and all the things. And I hope to see you, like I said, right back here at Harmony Portal Tarot Live. But in the meantime, you can check me out on my other two YouTube channel platforms, Harmony Portal Tarot and The Done Creative, for pick a cards and also daily messages. And on The Done Creative, I also have like intuition exercises or tests that are fun to do. Even if you've done them before and it's been a long time, sometimes it's fun to go right back through that playlist and just see how you do now in comparison to before. All right, you guys have a wonderful, blessed weekend, and I'll check you next time. Bye.